It's Jack
and Roma
from No Notions Travel, and welcome back to The Travel Reel, the video series where we show you just where some of your favourite movies were shot and how exactly to visit these iconic locations.
This week we're talking about the 1976 film Rocky, set in the lovely City of Love, Philadelphia.
It was written by and starring Sylvester Stallone. It's a rags to riches story that follows the main character Rocky Balboa, a simple and kind-hearted man who's passionate about boxing.
The film was made for $960,000, being Stallone's first film and starring a relatively unknown Carl Weathers.
Upon release, Rocky grossed $5,488 at Cinema 2, which was a house record. When it was first released, it grossed $5 million during its first worldwide weekend, and consistently performing well for 8 months, and eventually reached $117 million at the North American box office.
So if you adjusted that for inflation, the film earned nearly $500 million in North America at 2018 prices. So let's take a look at Rocky and see how much of Philadelphia has changed since 1976.
Rocky is a small-time boxer in Philadelphia, working as a debt collector for a loan shark on the side. He's a simple man whose life has no real direction, no real job, or a steady girlfriend, fighting in dingy venues for pennies. He does, however, have 2 fish that he chats with in his apartment. My fish are also my biggest fans.
Hey, your old man did pretty good tonight. Why weren't you there, huh? You should have seen me. You guys hungry?
Yeah, I'm going to insert a clip here of Jack with our 2 goldfish, because they're basically his children. Rocky takes care of the people around him. He's constantly made fun of by the people in his neighborhood, being constantly talked down to by his trainer, Mickey. And Mickey does believe that Rocky has a lot of potential and isn't making the best of the talent that he is.
Rocky starts dating his friend Paulie's sister, Adrian. Adrian is a shy girl who works in a pet shop in the neighborhood. After a day at the ice rink, they kiss and begin to see each other.
Rocky is chosen at random by heavyweight champion Apollo Creed to fight in a championship match.
Apollo, I like it. It's very American.
No, Juergens. It's very smart.
This is Rocky's opportunity to make something of his life, and by chance he finally has a shot to become someone. With the announcement that Rocky will be fighting Creed, we go into the iconic workout montage: stairs, meat, and man. The film was shot on the streets of Philadelphia, so a lot of the locations in the film are actually set on the Philadelphia streets. So we're going to give a quick rundown of just some of the key locations that are still there in Philadelphia and maybe some that aren't anymore. So we're going to start off with Rocky's apartment from the first movie.
Rocky's apartment on Google Maps is actually one of these like iconic locations. It's got a little like turret like icon, so you can like spot it. It's a very like simple looking house. It's nothing special, and it's just in like on a regular street, but it is there if you do want to go and visit it.
Next up is Mighty Mick's Gym.
The external shots were taken in Philadelphia, but the internal ones were taken in Los Angeles, and the gym that they were shot in Los Angeles has been demolished. The external shots of the gym, which is the one that is the most recognizable, it's still there, but it has been turned into a supermarket.
So next up is Esposito's Meats. This is where Rocky had part of his training montage.
Okay.
The iconic scene where he is beating up bits of like, I think it's like pig.
Okay.
And he's training in the freezer part of the meat shop, and it's like a really iconic part of the film. It's actually a real butcher's in Philadelphia, and I don't know if they'll let you go into the back and beat up the pigs, but if you ask them nicely, maybe. But it is actually an establishment still in Philadelphia. You can go see if you want to buy some meats and things.
Probably the most iconic Rocky shot is the sprint down Benjamin Franklin Parkway and the steps at the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
The steps are probably the most iconic part of Philadelphia in terms of locations for shooting. If you want to climb them yourself, you can. Roma, you have?
Yeah, I haven't ran them, but I've done them a few times. There's a statue right beside the kind of the base of the steps that you can take a photo beside, and when you get to the top of the steps, then there's like a metal like tile in the ground with his like shoes imprinted into it. So you can stand there and like do your King of the World pose.
Yeah.
But it's a great shot of the city as well, and while you're there, you may as well go into the Museum of Art.
So on to the self-guided and fan tours / official tours for these films. First up, we have the Yo Rocky film tour.
Yep.
This is a guided tour. It is guided by one Mike Kunda. The tour will bring you on the locations where the original Rocky was filmed, taking around 3 to 4 hours to complete, depending on traffic.
Yeah, because you are driving around the city and the traffic can
Yep.
be like not great sometimes.
So the tour is split up between driving and walking. Kunda's goal is to give you the true Rocky experience as safely as possible, according to the website.
He
for
kind
Rocky.
of looks like him.
He looks like him, and on the website you can find clips of him meeting Sylvester Stallone
Yeah.
and having the chats,
Mm.
having a good time. He's a massive fan of the movies, and it's definitely a passion project.
Yeah.
And that's going to go into the next thing we're talking about, where the price is a flat rate of $350, which is about €288.
That's just a flat rate, so you can be between 1 and 7 people.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's 288 for one person, or it's 288 for 7 people.
like split between 7
So if
people.
you've more people, it'll make it cheaper.
The cost of the tour is actually specifically to run the tour, and in the website it does state that a lot of the costs is paying for Mike to drive into Philadelphia, meet groups, pay
Yep.
for gas and parking.
Yep.
So it's definitely a heavy, like really heavy on the the passion side of the project.
Mhm.
I think it's really really cool.
Yep.
TripAdvisor, it's all positive reviews.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I couldn't get over. I don't think I've seen, like, you know, when you check Amazon and it's like there's like a million reviews and like there's always like
There's always a few bad ones.
this one broke on me straight away. Well, no, this tour I think has majority extremely good. I think there was like 5 like very good
Yeah.
and nothing below that. I would say that this would be the one to recommend for Rocky enthusiasts. I know we're a little bit early into it now.
Yeah.
We have 2 more to talk through, but this seems like the one that I would highly recommend for people.
Yeah.
If you are interested in going to see Rocky things in Philadelphia, only thing is I would recommend that you get them booked as quick as possible or as early as possible if you are planning on going and taking the tour. Apparently he's in very high demand, and I think it's only 1 tour or 2 tours a day.
Yeah.
It's a 4-hour tour, and like it's only one guy doing it, so it's something that's in high demand. So I'd say get on that if you are interested in going. The second guided tour we're talking about is through Get Your Guide. It's a very similar guided tour. Only thing is there's not one definite person guiding it. I think it's a pre-recorded tour. The website is kind of vague
Okay.
exactly what it is. It says that people have to bring their own headphones because of COVID right now.
Okay. Well,
Well-
I mean, that's fair enough.
I think it is a pre-recorded tour, or it
Okay.
could be a tour guide. So it's a less personal tour. Ultimately, this alternate tour may be one that you could go on as a backup, but we would recommend Mike's tour if you can't get a booking. Ultimately, this alternate tour, we don't know if we would recommend, but if you can't get a tour from Mike's, I'd say try this out. It is a little bit more expensive, but you might be better off doing a self-guided tour rather than this one.
Yeah, which will cost you nothing.
Absolutely nothing except
Maybe
for...
the cost of like a taxi
Yeah.
or the cost of Visit Philly is a great website if you are going to see anything in relation to Philadelphia. And it's got an entire list of all of the locations and their addresses so that you can do your own self-guided tour, which means you can like pick the sites that you do want to see. If you want to see them all, you can take out the ones that you don't want to see. And yeah, there's about 21 on it, and it'll kind of give you a quick rundown of all the location significance.
It's very nice put together page on the website. The fact that, again, we were saying this earlier about Philadelphia being so ingrained with Rocky, that it actually has, the tourism site has a Rocky Balboa location list. So I think that's very, very cool.
Yep.
So, Roma, we are moving on to what?
Secret trivia.
Just a trip. Well, no, it's just
Trivia.
trivia. Just trivia. Trivia section.
Trivia.
Trivia section. Did you know that in the very famous shot of Rocky celebrating at the top of the steps,
Yeah.
the footage is actually played backwards?
Really?
Yeah, so in the film, there's a zoom in to Rocky cheering on top of the steps, and they had actually originally filmed it zooming out.
Okay.
And when they were looking at the footage, the director was like, "Oh, I really wish I recorded that
The other way around.
the other way around." So they just got the footage and rewound it, and you have it. But if you look really, because it's a thing where it's like, "Oh, now it's pointed out to me, it's round."
Yeah. You
If-
can see the change in the motion.
You can
like-
see it. It's really funny. The single most expensive cost in the film was the makeup.
I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of blood.
Yeah, a lot of blood, a lot of sweat.
Yep.
Like,
Lot of sweat.
yeah.
Like a lot. Like when he gets punched, that's slow. Like the slow motion. A lot of sweat.
If you're constantly refixing the makeup to cover somebody in water,
Yeah.
and then refix it again.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that adds up.
Yep, exactly. And lastly, we have the bonus trivia question. So Roma, could you please read that thing that is there that's not blacked out, please?
The party at Kitty and Studs.
So of course we know that Rocky was Sylvester Stallone's proper first film debut.
Mhm.
We are aware of that.
Yeah.
Did you know he did acting before this movie?
No.
Sylvester Stallone starred in 1970, starred in a softcore pornographic film.
No way.
Yep.
Ah.
Now, I knew about this when we were talking about doing Rocky in the first place, but I knew about this already. And the funny thing about this is the main thing I knew. So, what is Rocky's nickname in the what is his nickname in the movie Rocky? Like he has a nickname. Like he has like his fighter nickname.
Rocky.
No,
I don't know.
he has it on like the on the back of his jacket.
I haven't seen the movie.
So, the Italian Stallion is
Oh no!
is
Ugh!
so the Italian Stallion was on
Ah.
the. But let me finish. So the Italian Stallion was on the back of his like fighter's thing. The it's not a kimono, but it's the thing that goes over the boxers before they come out
Yeah.
as they're coming out, right? So on the back, it's like a little horse, and it says Italian Stallion. And when Rocky came out and became a massive success, the party at Kitty and Studs was re-released under the title, The Italian Stallion,
Oh god.
to cross over with the marketing.
Yeah.
It's not been really hidden. It's pretty easy to find. I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Did you know that, Roma? Did you have any idea about that?
No.
Do you want to know how much he was paid for his acting role in the party at Kitty and Studs?
Oh.
$200
Ah.
and
God bless.
a lifetime of people being like, "Did you know?" The Italian Stallion is up there for me with Viggo Mortensen breaking his toe. It's an iconic secret trivia that no one knows, and that some people use to belittle other people by being like, "You don't know this fact and I do." So do you like that fact? Is that a fun fact?
I don't know if I like that fact.
I think it's a fun fact.
Fair play to him, like.
Full frontal.
Yeah.
You see
Oh
it?
my god.
Okay, so Roma, on that fun fact and that mind-blowing conclusion, well, we're going to end it here. Would you say Rocky's a flagship for Philadelphia?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the it is. It's one of the biggest movies to come out of it.
I'd say a lot of tourists who go to Philadelphia go there because of Rocky.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it before. You haven't seen it.
No.
So it's something that obviously we've missed, but I think a lot of other people feel very passionately about it. It's a massive film. Yeah, so I think that's all we have today.
Yeah, if there's any other movies that you would like to see, just leave us a comment down below. We do have a big list that we are going to get to, but if you did like this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see them when they come out, hit the little bell button.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.